40 years ago this week, Georgia Haggai was murdered in her home in Scripps Ranch, a crime that's never been solved. She was a business owner, upstanding citizen, and active in charity. The case went cold quickly, but the fight for justice for Georgia isn't over, with family and police still looking for the killer.
I heard the dogs barking when I woke up, and then I went into my sister's room, and they said that they heard my cousin had woken up to a scream at 5:03, and then she heard 2 gunshots following that, and then after that they heard a car.
On March 31st, 1986, before dawn, 42-year-old Georgia Haggai was gunned down in the doorway of her home on Dicondra Court in Scripps Ranch. Police say the weapon was a revolver. They found Georgia face down with her dog protecting the body, and investigators say she knew her killer.
This was not a hot prowl rapist or a burglar or anything like that.
Georgia Haggai was a successful entrepreneur and built and owned a temp staffing firm. She was active in charity and known as a strong and positive force.
We feel very strongly that we know who did it, and I can't tell you or even hint at it.
A year after her murder, police still had no answers. That's when News 8 interviewed Georgia's parents, who struggled with the loss and the mystery.
Well, there's a killer out there that is running free and enjoying life while our daughter is gone.
It'll never be arrested entirely, but it would help if we knew who the person was.
Fighting to keep the case alive, Georgia Haggai's niece, Krista, who says her career as a trial lawyer was driven by her aunt's murder.
Even though it was 40 years ago and her parents are gone, her life mattered. And there's like a hole there that needs to be filled. That story needs to be completed. That, there needs to be a conclusion to it.
The problem is a lack of evidence. Most neighbors didn't see a thing.
But another neighbor did see the shadow of a figure running through the cul-de-sac. The paper boy caught a glimpse of a car driving away. They don't remember enough to lead the police to anything concrete.
Someone else says they heard tires squeal as a car raced away. That makes Georgia's niece think that there may have been a getaway driver. Detective Tracy Barr with the San Diego Police Homicide Unit isn't sure about that. Did they hear a vehicle start, or did they hear the tires squealing as it left?
I think both. I think they did hear a vehicle start, but it was mainly the tires screeching that really drew their attention.
Picking up the trail, Detective Tracy Barr says she is running into the same problem that earlier investigators encountered.
Even if you have potential, let's say, suspects, you still have to have that evidence, right? And in this case, there's just very limited physical evidence to work with.
There were romantic entanglements connected to the case, and that still seems to be the focus of the investigation.
What's known is that our victim, she just got out of a long-term relationship with her girlfriend, was newly dating another woman at the time who just ended a long-term relationship with the person she was with. And so, in that kind of situation, someone's always going to be disgruntled.
During the investigation, Georgia's ex-roommate, Becky Grumman, was interviewed, and she, along with 2 other women with some connection to Haggai, agreed to take a lie detector test. A 4th woman, Linda Sandlin, refused.
All I know is there was an individual that they were looking at the time. I don't know if they were able to actually rule this person out.
So Barr keeps working the case and hoping, like the family, that someone who knows something gives them the break they need.
I think that after 40 years, on March 31st, it'll be 40 years. I think it's time that my dad, her only living sibling, and me and my brother get to know what happened.
If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call San Diego Police.